5.1 and Love TV Live from Monday through Friday, 2 to 3:30 p.m. Don't miss out. I know of no safe depository of the ultimate powers of society but the people themselves. And if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise their control with a wholesome direction, the remedy is not to take it from them, but to inform their direction by education. Join Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live for the program, The Afternoon Conversation. We provide you a platform for open dialogue and intellectual exchange. We encourage listeners to think critically, challenge their perspectives, and explore different viewpoints on various subjects by fostering a respectful and inclusive environment. The Afternoon Conversation on Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live from Monday through Friday, 2 to 3:30 p.m. Don't miss out.
Indeed, we are back here to talk about those things that matters to the growth and development of our beloved country, Mama Liberia. And of course, it's the Afternoon Conversation right here with me, Rufus Devon Conan. As we begin this afternoon talking about those things that matters, specifically, we're going to lay emphasis on the soon to start general inspection of the Ministry of Transport as it relates to vehicles and other moving objects within the country that is in the scope of their jurisdiction. So we'll be talking to the Director of Press and Public Affairs of the Ministry of Transport, Cedra Destiny Brown. He's here to talk with us, give us detail as it relates to what the inspection gonna be like and what Liberians should expect from the Ministry of Transport. You know, it's gonna be a joint initiative where, you know, normally you see the police, you also have the fire service and members from the Ministry of Transport task force being a part of the engagement. So he's here to talk with us this afternoon and give us an insight of what we should expect from this exercise that is to kick off officially across the country on tomorrow. Mr. Brown, welcome to our studios.
Let me say thank you, Rufus, and it's good to be here on Love FM. You know, when I was in mainstream media, I have heard a lot about Love FM, and indeed, I have come to see it practically for myself. Thanks for the job well done to serve the Liberian people with information relating to the growth and development of Mama Liberia. It's good to be here.
How's the office, man? How's Ministry of Transport?
The ministry is okay, and we are doing pretty well. As you may be aware that sooner or later, we will commence our inspections, joint inspections with various security agency, the Liberia National Police, the Liberia Fire Service, and the motorcycle union, the drivers union. They all will be a part of this inspection. Comes tomorrow, our men will be dispatched in the field to start effective work.
Well, so proud of this. How has it been as it relates to the influx of drivers, private car owners at the ministry? How's the registration process?
Okay. Well, the process is going on smoothly. And as we speak, since we did that official launch, our headquarters and the ministerial complex has been flooded with motorcyclists trooping in, keke riders trooping in, and just motor vehicles operators and owners are trooping in to carry on their registration exercises. And all of those who that are running transport business related businesses are also trooping in to make sure that they have their legitimate documents.
So you say like men left fire, like Toto, when you put fire on the back, they won't get to move. So they are moving because you are coming up with a very vigorous and rigorous campaign. How long will the campaign last?
Well, this is a 1 month exercise, and it starts as of tomorrow and it will end around December 15th.
December 15.
Yeah, because we need to give our people the right, the privilege in order to celebrate the festival within the cool atmosphere.
So can you drill us through how the processes at the ministry looks like? Because mind you, there are a lot of people who own these vehicles. They've been robbed by the drivers or people who they have entrusted to get their documents. And more often, you find a lot of folks when you get out of ministry, they are all on the shoulders of the road, attracting people. Come and let me do your transaction, let me do your registration for you. So, what are those mechanisms you've put in place?
Firstly, let me do this disclaimer. We don't have anyone since June. An announcement was being sent out to the various insurance companies to take away their expediters that were being expediting people's work at the ministry. So since then, we don't have such people within the vicinity of the ministry. So there are processes that leads to people obtaining or carrying on their vehicle registration. We have two different types of registrations. We have new registration and renewal. So the new one for commercials like the Tesla is 75 United States dollars or its equivalents to Liberian dollars based on the exchange rate. And we also have for renewal like a Tesla. If you have registered your Tesla last year and you want to go for a renewal, you are not going to pay $75. You'll be paying $65 for depreciation costs.
Okay.
So for commercial, for the private, we have different categories of vehicles from A1 to A6. So A1 is 75 United States dollars, which is like those Corolla, smaller one. Then we get A2 is 100 United States dollars. We have A3 is 125 United States dollars. A4 is $140. A5 is $150. A6 is 200 United States dollars. All of them, it equivalents to. Then we comes to driver lesson. But first, there are plates who have two types of plates, revenue plates.
Okay.
For the taxi, it has been designed with two different designs. Dominant yellow with black writing. With the various security features on it. You see the Liberian flag, the seal, Ministry of Transport as well. Then, for the private, it's been designed with dominant orange with a black writing.
Okay.
Yeah, with the same security feature on it. So these are the two types of plates. The motorbikes, we have the same. Private, orange and black. Commercial, yellow and black. The same with keke. We have only commercial keke. We don't have what we call private keke. No. The same. So for keke, new registration is 50 United States dollars or its equivalent. Then for motorbikes, is 25 United States dollars. Whether commercial or private is 25 United States dollars. Let's get to the driver lessons. We have categories of driver lessons. And those categories, we look at what we call chauffeur. We get the private one, ordinary. Ordinary meaning that you get your private car, you only using it for private use, is 35 United States dollars.
Okay.
Then we look at what we call the commercial one, like for the taxi or the buses, what you use to commercialize. The chauffeur B1 is 45 United States dollars. Then we look at the keke, tricycle, lesson for tricycle riders is 45 United States dollars because it has an advantage.
And what is the advantage?
You can ride motorbike with that tricycle lesson. You can ride keke with it. You can also drive car up to the pickup level.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's 45 United States dollars. Then you have the heavy duty. The heavy duty is 100 United States dollars. Then you have a specific lesson for only motorbike, restricted to motorbike. It is 35 United States dollars. So these are the kinds of categories.
So let
and
me
the
let me put
prices.
myself in this. I do have my private vehicle, a raffle, right? And I did my registration. Following the registration, I obtained a driver lesson, and I need a renewal. So will I pay the same?
So like for the raffle falls under A4. And A4 is $140.
Okay.
So if you go for renewal, you are going to pay $130 instead of $140
Okay.
because of the depreciation. After 1 year, we deduct the $10, but there will be no deduction again for the following years. It will stick at 130. You understand? Yeah. The same with motorbike. If you register your motorbike like last year, you pay $25. This year, you are going to pay $15.
Okay.
Yeah. The only service that we don't have a discount or depreciation for is driver lessons.
So the driver lessons.
Because there is no penalty attached. So there are penalty attached for vehicles, keke, motorbikes. If you don't register it, like for example, you register it this year, next year you don't register it. The time that you spent that it was not being registered, 2% will be added for every month. The time is time that money you pay that money. Because there are penalty attached to the motor vehicle store, that's why we have a 1 year $10 deduction in it.
Okay.
But for the driver lesson, you can lose your driver lesson maybe 2-3 years you ain't driving. There is no penalty attached when you go for renewal, you go to go or get new one. So that's why you see the fares remain the way it is.
Now the process begins on tomorrow, and you have a lot of drivers who have not registered their vehicles or re-register or obtaining a new 2024 or 2025 lesson plate. And they talk about insurance before getting your new registration completed. You care to drill us through that?
So the 1973 Vehicle and Traffic Laws of the Republic of Liberia, it states before any motor vehicle plied the roads in Liberia, those cars must be registered, it must be insured, and the driver or conductor must have a valid driver lesson.
Okay.
From that backdrop, the 1987 Act of legislation that created the Ministry of Transport gave the Ministry of Transport that full responsibility to regulate all transport related activities, land transport, sea transport, air transport, and even abroad. When there are transport related matters abroad about Liberia, it falls under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Transport.
Okay.
So from this backdrop, we are close with the authority to carry on inspections in partnership with the Liberia National Police, because the 2016 Police Act on motor vehicle inspections, it gave a specific mandate to the Liberia National Police to enforce motor vehicle inspections on the road. So they are like a backup team to us. That's why we do joint inspections together. When we are on the road, we see this vehicle. Sir, can we please have your vehicle documents? You turn it over, we go through it. If you are not in compliance, meaning that if your documents they are not correct, we turn you over to the Liberia National Police. They will be the one to enforce the law. They will have your car being impounded until you go and do the needful thing.
So when the car is impounded, there is this rumor, and we want you, since you are in a position now to speak for this institution, how is it done? Is there a fine attached or a fee attached to that impoundment for every time the car stays at that place is being impounded?
So what happened is that the Ministry of Transport don't have her own parking lots. There are places that are owned by individuals, not the government. So these places at times we talk to the people along with the Liberian National Police, who they are there to protect life and properties. If your car is being impounded, if you spend 2-3 days there, you need to pay the people parking lots fee. In order, after you have done your registration, you get all of your needful documents, you go to release your car, you need to pay the people parking lots fee. I hope you get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's from that point, at times people say, oh, but they impound my car, then I say I should free my car. You have to go and pay. You are not paying that money to the police. They have people that are spearheading that parking lot. These are the people you pay that money to.
So how is this insurance done? Because is it that you go to these institutions, insurance institutions by self, or you use by way of the Ministry of Transport when obtaining your lessons or your renewal before you can do all of those transactions?
So firstly, to get it correct, the Ministry of Transport is not doing insurance. We regulate insurance along with the Central Bank of Liberia. We are the two entities that are responsible for the regulations of insurance companies in Liberia. So what we do there is that once when you get ready to do your processing, you go to those insurance companies. We have like 15 legitimate insurance companies that have been licensed to operate by the Central Bank of Liberia. Once you go and do your insurance with these companies, we are there to verify. We have the Bureau for Insurance at the Ministry of Transport that verify insurance documents. Because over the time we have observed people can duplicate insurance documents. So we have a detector that can detect fake documents, insurance documents at the ministry. So when you get to the bureau, they will verify your insurance. Once your insurance has been verified, the Ministry of Transport stamp will be placed on it, authenticating that you have a valid insurance document. That's how it works. But we don't process insurance at the Ministry of Transport. So please go to any insurance company in Liberia and you can have your vehicle or whatever motor vehicle to be insured. Then you can come to the Ministry of Transport for verification.
So when I get the insurance from the institution, insurance institution, I should proceed at the Ministry of Transport for
verification. And when you go to get your insurance, it is a whole package. Also tell them that please attach the ECOWAS brand card to be a part of that insurance document. Because the ECOWAS brand card is very important. For example, you get your car with an ECOWAS brand card on it. A car from Guinea or Sierra Leone comes in, mistakenly ran into your car. The ECOWAS brand card office in Liberia, once you have that insurance sticker ECOWAS brand card, they will immediately come to your rescue, make sure that they turn out to the veteran, where you take them to hospital, give them the viral medication, fix your vehicle, and then they will pursue the case with the insurance company that is in Sierra Leone. Because the ECOWAS Branca is a regional stuff, it's a regional insurance scheme. It's all over. It's within the 14 to 15 ECOWAS countries, member states. So it's important. Please, when you get there, whether motorcycle, whether keke, car, please accept, attach my ECOWAS brand card to this package.
This insurance thing has some ceiling. You have third party. Is that what we have in Liberia?
So we have two different types of insurance, two different types. We have what we call the compulsory insurance. Compulsory meaning that, for example, when you take compulsory on your car, when somebody hits your car, the insurance company responsible. When you hit somebody's car, the insurance company responsible for all your car and the person car that you hit is compulsory. Then we have the third-party liability insurance. That third party for the car that you go to register. When it hits somebody, that insurance company is only responsible to take care of
the person
that you hit and those within the car, but you, the driver, you are not a part.
It doesn't cover you.
It doesn't at all.
Wow.
Yes. So there are stages of insurance. Once you go, if you take your third party, when you run into somebody, the company will go and fix that person's car, take care of that person's medical and what other stuff attached to it, including those passengers that were on board in your vehicle. But you are not being covered. So that's the two types of insurance that we have
in Liberia.
There are other insurance in terms of they have or what we call lifetime insurance, wherein people pay school insurance, yes, other stuff, even or infrastructure insurance and other stuff. But we at the Ministry of Transport, we surely look at the third party liability insurance and compulsory.
Okay, well, if you just join us, this is the afternoon conversation. Here we have Mr. Brown. He's the Public Affairs, Press and Public Affairs Director there at the Ministry of Transport. Tomorrow, the process began, and we see a lot of engagement with the ministry ongoing. Folks are registering their vehicles, the keke, the motorbikes, but it is so interesting. We have an addition to this inspection. We see, or we are hearing, the involvement of what we call the fire extinguisher added to the process, and that will involve the fire service. You care to just throw light on it? I know you don't have, you're not clubbed with the responsibility from that angle, but there are some little knowledge you have you can share.
Okay, you know, for the last year, we have observed a lot of fire incidents within Liberia. Even the current speaker house was gutted by fire. A lot of government officials, even private citizens' homes were gutted by fire. So this time, even most of the cases of fire for last year came from vehicles. Vehicle got burned in the streets. So this time around, as a customary practice, we decided that fire extinguisher should be a part of it in collaboration with the Liberia National Fire Service. Make sure, because what happens if, for example, you went to service your car to one garage, the electrician, while trying to connect some wire, never did the connection very well, maybe never taped your wire, then you start to move your car. Before you know, your engine is hot, it touches that wire or it touches the wire. What happened there? Fire spark or mistakenly. If you have your fire extinguisher, you can easily use it to cut off that fire. So for the safety of our people, for the safety of the public, the fire extinguisher is a must, and the Liberia National Police will be a part of us on tomorrow to inspect the areas, to inspect keke, to inspect vehicles. And don't miss it. Another one. Someone will say, but you're talking about the private and the commercial vehicles. Government vehicle, GSA, will also be a part of this exercise.
So
GSA rule is to make sure that all of the old government plates are removed from all government vehicles, and they should proceed to GSA office, because the Ministry of Transport, we have printed all the non-revenue plates. Government plates are non-revenue plates because they're paying money for it. All the non-revenue plates are being printed for various land ministry and agency. Is being sent to GSA that has that power for distribution, that control government assets. So once they remove that old plate, you will proceed to GSA. You get your new plate and can put it on your car. Another one, there are individuals that work in government, but they are using their private car, but using government plates on them, stopping government from generating a lawful revenue to carry on development. GSA will be there to identify those particular vehicles. There are some vehicles, oh, like government car, you get plate on it. No. There are some government plates, there are some government vehicles that are not coded outside, but it's being coded in the woods. So GSA will detect that. They know their strategy because they are the one that always putting out the series of different, vehicles from different land ministry and agency. So they will also be there. Once you are caught, your private car will see government plate on it. Your car will be parked. Will ask you for your lesson, where you work and other stuff. GSA will check on her listing because she get all of all of her entire database, the vehicle that have been given out, the even those with SOE, the SOE entities. Yes, all of those documents, GSA having them. They will go through it. Once your vehicle is not be identified as a government vehicle and you're using government plate, your car will be impounded.
And you will pay for the length of time.
You will pay for the length of time you've been defaming government or you've been depriving government of people who are traveling, or there are people who in country but their vehicle having some problem, or maybe they are not using their vehicle. The best way out is to officially write the Deputy Minister for Land and Rail Transport. You start first from the Assistant Minister for Land and Rail Transport, Minister Zulu Doyen. You write him, informing him that, oh, my vehicle is having a problem, but I'm trying to generate money from this time to this time so I can be able to service it. In that time, we are not just going to receive that communication and sit supremely. That communication will be referred to the Deputy Minister for Land and Rail Transport. With authorization from the Deputy Minister, it will be sent to the Land and Rail Transport or the Inspectorate Division, wherein they will send a team of inspectors to go and inspect that vehicle as to whether what you are saying is true. They will attempt to get it from the report from that assessment. They will come. If your report is true, oh yes, this vehicle are having some problems, so it's down. We have our database. Every vehicle V number, once you have registered it, is in our database. We are going to just, click on your vehicle V number, where we put there, let's say we put the honor service or ongoing service or not in service, not active. Fine. So within that time, right after that time, if you cannot face your vehicle, trust us, we start to claim, because our system is being set in a way that is we run an automated system. People who are traveling, you say, oh, I'm not using the car, I'm traveling. Right, the simple right. We send our team there. But mind you now, be careful. After you leave the country, then maybe key with some of your relatives, they start to use the car. Every time, our inspectors will be visiting that scene where the car is being parked. If that car is not being seen there, automatically you are trying to steal from government and you'll be fine. So that's it.
Well, this is the afternoon conversation. Let's get this brief commercial commitment. When we come back, we take your calls. We are here talking about trying to reconnect. We shortly be live. Your calls can now come on 0887 105 105 0778 665 are the numbers to call. Call now and ask those questions. Mr. Brown is here to answer those questions relative to the Transport Ministry General Inspection exercise that is shortly to kickstart on tomorrow. Let's get to the line and talk to this person. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. River.
Hey, man, Picking, how you doing, my brother?
Thank you very much for our recognition.
Let's hear you.
Let me say thanks to my brother Sergeant Branda for articulation on national issue. No family unity acquired to encourage we, the citizens of this country, to here to pay taxes to government because myself, I'm a driver, but I register my car and I also get my lesson, everything they should go when I pay my $45, I pay my lesson, but the main issue is that why you're doing only camera on the road, like can be smoking to the extent when we see some of the car on the road, they trying to fall down, you see a lane like fall down the road. Because you see sometimes we behind people to pay taxes and the people are paying the tax, and most of the day affected by the tax.
With the Liberia National Police on the roadworthiness aspect of it. So it's going to be part of the enforcement exercise.
0778-665-073-0887-105-105 are the numbers to call and ask those questions relative to the Transport Ministry activities that is to kickstart on tomorrow officially, where cars will be impounded. Those cars that have not registered, or if you are having a vehicle, you are registered, but you do not have the other components of it, insurance, your driver license, your fire extinguisher, those are all measures put in place by the Transport Ministry and the team, the joint team comprising of the fire service, the Liberia National Police, the Transport Ministry, task force to carry on this rigorous inspection exercise. He said it begin tomorrow and will end on the 15th of December. It's just right in the corner. And he said, what's the name you people got for
eligibility certificate as well, wherein people who operating garages, driving school, car wash, auto spare part area, used car dealership, new car dealership, used tire dealership, new tire dealership, transport unions, various types of transport, land transport related businesses. So our guys will be into the field as well to make sure that once you are set, you have your auto spare part, shop, it must be registered. And we have category of auto spare part shop. We have the small, we have the large, and we get the medium. So based on the category that your auto spare part will fall under, your garage will fall under, is from that point you will be charged with
So how
a
many
specific fee.
how many I get live by far call it garage, they need to be registered.
So in the first place, before we tell you to go and register, you must firstly meet some categories. What are they? You must have your tax clearance from LRA. You must have your business registration from the library or business registry office. So once you get these documents, then now we tell you, okay, you get the documents already. Go and do your eligibility to obtain your eligibility certificate that will make you legitimate to operate such a business.
So how many are washing car to get it?
Oh yes, it falls under land transport. What are they washing? They are washing vehicles. There are even people doing the inspection time. People say, me, I'm not going in town, but they will park their car. We have what we call smart inspection. Someone say, but my car will be parking for my house. You can't forget. No, that's not what we mean. What we are saying is that there are communities that people running their businesses in, like for this 10th Street, the land side. Someone have their business here, and they live maybe downward, a distance a bit from their business center. In the morning, they only get in their car, they come to their business place, they park it. In the evening, they get in their car, they go back home. So doing our smart inspection, your car will be captured from there. Once we see you moving from the community coming up, that transportation means you are using, right? So it will also be parked. We have to ask you for your driver license, your various documents. Once you don't have them, your car will be impounded.
So now the time frame you said from from tomorrow, which is
To the 15th.
18th
Yeah.
to the 15th of December.
Definitely.
Now, most often you hear people say government offices runs from Monday to Fridays. Saturdays and Sundays are not government operational days. You care to tell us, is the inspection going to cover the entire week, whether Monday to Sunday, or you're going to do your inspection from Monday to Friday?
Our inspection is from Sunday to Sunday. You know why? From Monday to Friday, people work, right? But the 1987 Act that created the Ministry of Transport, it gave us that sole responsibility. It didn't say you should only conduct inspection from Monday to Friday. No. What happens to Saturday? We have people in the Adventist church. They use their vehicle to go to church. Sunday, people go to church. Friday, people go to the mosque. They use their vehicle. And some of them, their vehicles are not registered. In order to track them down, for them to pay government lawful revenue, we must do inspection 24/6. We can even do inspection in the night, vehicle plots in the night. So that's the kind of trend that the 1987 Act of legislation that created the Ministry of Transport gave us, that sole responsibility in terms of regulations. And those things fall under the regulations power.
Yo. Yeah, so I will be riding my car in there. I will be running transport in there. The men say they get specific time. They can inspect any given time of the day.
Yes.
24/7. So the lines are open. Sidra is here. You can ask him the questions that are necessary in line with the topic and the discussion. Tomorrow, the Transport Ministry, in collaboration with the Liberia National Police and the Fire Service, will be all out on the road. Specifically, what are those areas you'll be covering? Is it the entire country, or
So
you have
our
specific
inspections, for now, our inspection is strictly for Mosorado and its environment.
areas? Okay, let's get this person. Hello.
Yeah,
Good afternoon. Your name? Oh no, you can come by again. It's just fine.
So Mosorado and its environments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the process, like you said, there's no time limit.
There is
The
no time
inspection
limit.
can continue up to 12 o'clock in the night,
Sure.
to the next morning, Okay, let's go back to the telephone line. This person. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and join us somewhere.
This is Joseph J.T. Barkley, and I join you from the new hospital.
Let's hear you.
Let me say thanks so gratefully to Director D. Separate Brown, the Director of Press and Publicity or Press and Public Affairs at the Ministry of Transport for the explanation. And I think as a Nigerian, you should not really be giving the Ministry of Transport to the Director tough time. You should know that you register from this time to this particular time and my documents are expired and there's a need to keep my way to the Ministry of Transport to regularize all of those documents. But what makes this instruction very good, like the Director intimated, the inclusiveness of the GSE and that of the Lagos National Fire Service. People applying the scheme with decommissioner license plate, thereby keeping a different government revenue. And then there are other people who will buy the vehicle. You buy a very expensive vehicle, but you do not want to tell anybody that you can afford $20 or $15 to buy a fire extinguisher because that is your safety. Without we should not be asking you to you just to go to buy a car. You need fire extinguishers in your car, even at your homes, because anytime there could be a stop, particularly relating to statistics due to the climate change and whatsoever, there will be a very hot temperature. So you need fire extinguisher. You know that the electric plate
you sound more informed about this entire process. You care to tell us if you have any knowledge about the pricing for the fire extinguisher?
No, it is not that I'll be more informed when the informed.
No, I said you sound like you are more informed about the fire extinguisher price. So care to tell us about the pricing for the fire extinguisher? I'm not relating to the director now.
Oh, okay. Well, I think the fire service has communications people there. They will do their website with that. That after the show, you could just ask for the number and get to them. So they will better explain because I listen to A2 news and I think it is also important that it is inclusive with the Ministry of Transport because all move together simultaneously. Fire extinguisher, document validation, all that. It makes it safer for you, even you driving your car. Who knows if you are driving your car, then fire cut off from whatsoever they use the extinguisher to quench your fire. So I think the fire service is core of that responsibility under the Ministry of Justice, so they will better furnish you with pieces of information. But I just want to say thanks to the director for the information and how he plays it, and that it will be a robust inspection tomorrow. So thanks for the invite, and we hope to working together so that we help this country move forward.
Thank you so well. Thank you so well. The calls can still come through on 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call. This is Love FM 105.1, and we are streaming live on our Facebook page, Love TV Live. And you can also leave your comments there, and we will read them out and post it out for you as well. So ask those questions. You've been pondering in your mind, but how the inspection will look like? What are those things that will come in with?
It's all me concern.
Yeah. So it's good that you ask the questions, the necessary question, because ignorant to the law, there's no excuse. So it's better now you ask while you still have little time in your favor before you can even get a mark. Maybe you get a mark, but you know the procedure. And somebody just wanting to cajole you some kind of way, you can say, oh, okay, I got the information through the Director of Press and Public Affairs. He was on Love FM, and he made this very plain and clear to us that this is the price for this, and this is the price for that. And if I do not register my vehicle within the scope and period, there is 2%, right? 2% extension tax attached to the full amount you have to pay. So, like for instance, if I'm to pay $140, right?
Yeah.
And I did not register my vehicle or stop my document, right? And from February to now. So I will be billed on those number of months.
Sure. So it'll be like, so for each month, your 2% will be like $2.8.
$2.8.
For each month.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you are paying $140 now, your 2%, $2.8. So you time the number of months that you have now registered your vehicle.
February to February 2023 to February 2024. I'm 1 year ready. So get the cost.